when I was in women's studies, it was a big idea that you needed to include personal narrative, ethnographic
It validates
research,
everyone.
rather than merely empirical research into the understanding of what it means to be a woman. And so story was a big part. So the personal is the political. Your personal experience does matter. We went a little far on that one, by the way.
You think so?
My story, my pain, my me. So we went. That's where we went too far, because remember, the identity is the source of all suffering. And so what we did was we trained women to become experts in practicing the source of suffering.
It's all evolution. It's getting better. It's, you know,
Well,
I mean,
it's thesis, antithesis, synthesis. So we had the thesis, right, which was the woman, the housewife, whatever you want to call her, and then you had the antithesis, which was the angry Me Too woman. And now there'll be a marriage, and it'll look very different, though. It'll look by orders of magnitude different. But the foundation, though, see, you have a false foundation. And this is the place where I get in a fight with a lot of, not with you. Not with you. This is why we can continue to work
not
together.
publicly.
We fight about a lot of things, but it's so passionate. It's almost like Italian. You're a good fighter. But on this one, we don't
up in that
fight.
Sicilian neighborhood in the Bronx.
I can't work with somebody who doesn't understand. Because people get so angry when I talk about how we have to do this, because it's such a long game. How you have to do this is dissolve the reified notion of every single person, starting with women. That's how you have to do it. And every single movement is there to reify or strengthen a particular identity. But it feels so good when you do it, right? Like, you know, I am woman, hear me roar, or I am black and proud, or I am LGBTQ and proud, or I'm trans pride. Okay, so you're starting
Everyone's proud.
So here's what real pride is. Real pride is the dissolution of that identity to get to the deepest understanding that we are not what we appear to be, and then from there we are dynamic and ever-changing and permanent. Like, you have to have each human being understand that, because until you do, there will just be a hot potato of pain between this group and that group, and we'll just be doing a hot potato. So it's a longer front load. But after each person kind of has their flash, then all of a sudden they have the teacher inside. They have the wisdom inside. They have their own sovereignty. They own themselves. They're autonomous. It just goes from there. Once you have that flash, this is how I'm here. I had the flash. Woo! We're interconnected. You know, I had it with Indra's net on LSD, and I just saw, like, whoa, I am you and you are me, and oh my God, all my energy just went over there, and now I'm you looking at me. Who's me? You know, you kind of had that kind of experience. But once you have that experience, there's no way that you want to hurt another person ever, or B, wouldn't tend to another person ever, because it's you. It's like if they talk about enlightened self-interest, it's like it's all enlightened self-interest, because this is the self right here. Right. So you have to, once you have that flash, it rearranges you in a way that no morality, no politics, no ethics, nothing could do. So this is why I'm here in Harlem. I feel like, okay, look, I want to, the Black community, a large part of who I get to be is because of the Black community. I want to serve. How I serve is I serve this one notion. The source of all suffering is a false sense of self, period. Women, big reason why I'm here. The source of all suffering is a sense of self. It's just like, that's all I want to bring, because from there, well, and then how you live after you have that realization is helpful. But from there, the wisdom guru is in each person. Now you are dynamic enough for it to flow through, and then that's when we have creativity and genius, and that's why I was so big on the idea of the daimon, which everyone heard is the demon, which translates to genius, from genie. So just be really clear, I'm not talking about devil energies. I'm talking about creative energies, but creative energies are seen as the devil. And so that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having a dynamic enough self to be possessed for something bigger than you to come through so that you can be a Schopenhauer, or you can be a Frida Kahlo or a Maria Callas or any of these people where you see them perform and it's just light. It's just light. And we're all equally and powerfully moved. And last piece, that's where I fell in love with home. That's where I understood how it worked first in my body because my body lit up and ignited. But then when I saw a demo and I understood that there was a room full of people, one woman lying there doing nothing. That was the most important part because all of us women, I don't know about you, but I was taught do, prove, convince that I deserve to be on the planet. That's what I was taught. There isn't enough that I could do to prove it. And this woman was doing the opposite. She was on her back and she was anti-moving. I mean, she's more relaxed than I am in yoga. And the room, this presence entered the room. She was being stroked, and all of us were moving in unison to the stroke. And it just struck me, that's power. That is power. That is the only power that exists. That's the power I'm going to follow. That's how it works. But you have to have it be that people have the experience. So if I were doing it, and the U.S. government didn't think I was such a threat to humanity because I'm doing demos of a woman in orgasm, that my bail would be 3 times that of Trump. But that's neither here nor there. I would be doing demos every day so that every woman could witness the power that exists inside of her and feel the inspiration to transform into who she actually is.